This is not self-help. This is healing. Body, nervous system, wholeness. Energy medicine, Ayurveda-inspired living, herbal wisdom. Learn, heal, and be together. Wholeness isn't fixing, it's integrating. Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio. Understanding begins here. Healing happens here. Wholeness lives within you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio, our healing circle. It is Friday, February 20th. This is the end of the first week in month 2, where we have been focusing on the E in Become. The E is for emotions. Once again, welcome back to the Healing Circle. Tonight, we close week 1 inside E, emotions. We've been building emotional literacy slowly, not dramatically. We talked about emotion as information. We've talked about why emotion can feel unsafe. We've talked about staying with emotion without flooding. We've clarified emotional maturity versus avoidance. And tonight, my friends, we bring it home. What does it look like to use emotion in a way that creates repair? Because healing is not just internal. Healing shows up in relationships with ourselves, others, the universe as a whole, and most importantly, the one creator of all that is. And one of the clearest signs of emotional integration is this: you can return. So let's just review this week a little bit. We learned emotion is information, not identity. We learned emotion can feel unsafe when they once cost us connection. Flooding is overload, not failure. Avoidance amplifies emotion. Capacity is built through pacing, and mature expression requires regulation and boundaries. Now we take the next step, because even with all the insight in the world, relationships don't change from insight alone. They change when we practice. When we practice expression, repair, return, willingness, emotional truth spoken gently. Tonight is about integration, not just knowing, but actually living it. You will experience in this healing circle why emotional safety is the foundation of repair, why repair is a skill, not a personality trait, why imperfect return is often more healing than silence, how willingness builds safety over time, how expression strengthens emotional capacity and connection. We are not aiming to perfect communication. We are building the ability to return. So let's get right into this, my friends. Learning point number 1. Emotion does not require perfection to express. Many people avoid expression because they think they must express perfectly. They wait until they are calm enough, clear enough, articulate enough, untriggered enough. But healing does not require perfect language. It requires honest presence. Most of us delay expression because we fear saying the wrong thing, being misunderstood, being rejected, becoming too much, or making it worse. So we stay silent. But silence can become distance. Not because silence is wrong, but because unspoken emotional truth accumulates. Tonight's reminder: you don't have to express perfectly. You have to express honestly with regulation and care. Think about this. Ask yourself this question. Where am I waiting for perfect clarity before I speak? Learning point number 2, repair builds trust. Trust is not built by never making mistakes. Trust is built by return. Repair is what tells the nervous system, I am safe with you even when things go wrong. Repair says, I still care, I'm still here, I'm willing to own my part, I'm willing to reconnect. Many people think that repair is optional. Without repair, my friends, the nervous system keeps a ledger. Something happened and it never got resolved. The ledger becomes tension, avoidance becomes pattern, repair interrupts that. Ask yourself this question: do I tend to avoid repair, rush repair, or over-explain repair? Learning point number 3, imperfect return is healing. I'm going to say that again. Imperfect return is healing. Here is one of the most important truths in emotional integration. Imperfect return is more healing than perfect silence, because silence feels safe in the moment, but return builds resilience. Return builds closeness. Return teaches the nervous system we can rupture and still reconnect. Imperfect return might sound like, I didn't handle that well. I'm sorry I snapped. I'm not ready to talk, but I want you to know I care. I want to try again. Return does not need to be dramatic. It needs to be real, my friends. Ask yourself this question: where have I stayed silent because I couldn't return perfectly? Learning point number 4, willingness builds safety. Willingness is different from readiness. Readiness is emotional confidence. Willingness is the choice to return even when you're not perfect. Willingness says, I may be uncomfortable, but I am not leaving. And willingness builds safety over time because the nervous system begins to learn this person doesn't disappear when emotion gets real. This is how relational safety is built, not by never rupturing, but by returning consistently. Reflection, let's talk about this. Ask yourself this: in my relationships, do I equate discomfort with danger? Learning point number 5, expression strengthens capacity. Every time you express emotional truth with steadiness, you widen your capacity. You teach your nervous system, I can speak and stay safe. Expression is not just communication, it is integration. Because unexpressed emotion stays in the system. Expressed emotion moves through the system. And when emotion moves safely, it becomes wisdom, not residue, not pressure, not symptoms. Expression strengthens emotional tolerance, boundaries, connection, trust, and self-respect. Ask yourself this question: what happens inside me when I don't express the truth? I have a little practice I want you to try. This week, say one simple emotional truth. I felt hurt when. I felt angry when. I felt disrespected when. That's it. Not a lecture, not a courtroom, not a debate. One spoken truth, spoken with steadiness. If needed, you can add, I'm not attacking you, I'm sharing what's true for me. We are practicing emotional clarity here. Now, let's look through the power of three lens. In energy medicine, energy alignment in communication is critical to healing. When we speak emotional truth, energy aligns. When we suppress, energy fragments. Repair brings coherence back into the relational field. In Ayurveda inspired living, steadiness and timing are important concepts. Ayurveda teaches pacing and digestion. Expression is a form of mental and emotional digestion. Timing matters, steadiness matters, and rhythm supports repair. In herbal wisdom, the nervous system requires support. Repair requires regulation. Regulation is supported physically. Gentle nerve vines like lemon balm, tulsi, oat straw, chamomile can support steadiness so return is possible. We integrate the emotional, energetic, and physical through the power of three. Now, my friends, it is time for our 5 reflection journal questions. If you have not started journaling, please do 1 day a week at least consistently for 10 minutes. Question 1, ask yourself this: where do I avoid repair and why? Number 2, what emotional truth is currently unspoken in me? Number 3, what does safe expression look like for me? Number 4, where can I practice imperfect return this week? And number 5, what relationship needs emotional clarity, even in a small way? Remember, when you journal, it's not perfectly, it's just honestly. Tonight, my friends, we learned emotion does not require perfection to express. We learned repair builds trust because return builds safety. We learned imperfect return is healing. Silence often extends rupture. We learned willingness builds safety over time, even without readiness. And we learned expression strengthens capacity and deepens connection. This, my friends, is integration, not perfect behavior. It's the ability to return. We are building emotional steadiness here, not just insight. We are looking for and informing integration. On YouTube, we build the foundation. Inside Patreon, we deepen integration with weekly masterclasses, guided emotional practices, bi-weekly meditation sessions, monthly healing sessions, ongoing personalized support. If you are ready to build the skill of repair and return slowly, safely, and consistently, I invite you to join us inside Evolve Global 22's Healing Circle on Patreon. The link is in the description and in the first comment. And whether you join or not, we are building something steady here. Peace, love, and light, my friends. I love every single one of you. I wish you the best, most blessed, safest, joyous weekend ahead. I love you all. Have a great weekend ahead, and I will see you in the circle